No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks.
The students at Harrington High have always suspected their teachers were from another planet.
Is this gonna be on the test?
This is the test.
This time, they're right. Now, these 6 students won't just question authority. They'll have to destroy it. Critics are calling it hip and scary. A thrilling ride from beginning to end. The Faculty.
Please report to the principal's office.
Welcome to the latest episode of the B Movie Club. I'm your host, Kevin. This week we'll be discussing the 1998 science fiction horror classic, The Faculty, starring Elijah Wood, Josh Hartnett. It's an all-star cast. You got Jon Stewart in there. You got Piper Laurie. You got Robert Patrick, Bebe Neuwirth, Jordana Brewster. Like I said, it's a huge cast. You wouldn't believe. For those of you joining us for the first time, each week on the B Movie Club, I discuss certain guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the past. So go ahead and go to our page on Facebook, Original B Movie Club. Give us the big thumbs up. Also go to our page on YouTube at KD9575 and hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the B Movie Club. Don't forget to spread the word. The more the merrier. You do all those things. You get all the latest updates. Anytime I post a new video or any interesting B-movie-ish links, I just pass them on to you, okay? The Faculty. In this movie, strange things are happening in a local high school campus. It's very strange. The staff is acting peculiar. They're drinking a lot of water. I don't know, maybe they're just hydrating, what the story is. And there's a new girl in town, and she's trying to make some new friends. A lot of the kids are noticing things are wrong. You have Casey, who's like the photojournalist who works for the school newspaper. His mean and rude editor, Delilah, who's dating the captain of the football team, Stan, who's going through kind of this identity crisis. Does he want to stay on the team or devote time to his studies? You've got Zeke, who is taking his senior year of high school a second time, who's like a local drug dealer type who makes his own drugs, I guess. It's all very complicated. One thing leads to another. Casey discovers an interesting little creepy crawly on the football field before he's chased off by Coach Joe Willis, who's, again, acting weirdly. He takes it over to his science professor, Professor Ed Furlong, who thinks it's a new species of some sort of squid or something, mollusk, I don't know. He's going to send it off to the university. But like I said, the faculty is starting to act strangely. Now they're calling all the kids into the office to have ear exams, if you will. Delilah and Casey at one point hide in the teacher's lounge closet and see two of the teachers grab the nurse and zap her with a little crazy crawly into her ear. They also find the body of an old teacher who was shoved in there. They call the police. Police don't find anything. Casey's parents, despite him being an honor student and an overall geek his entire existence, are now concerned about him hitting drugs and being a malcontent. So they don't believe him and are threatening to ground him and all this other stuff. One thing leads to another. Now the entire school appears to be acting strangely. They're all kind of zombie-ish, kind of Stepford Wives-y, if you remember that movie. They're all acting weird. Zeke discovers that the little creepy crawlies react poorly to diuretics, anything that make them lose all their moisture. And strangely enough, his drug that he's created which is evidently mostly caffeine and other household products. Also is a diuretic. So at one point, he's being attacked by an evil teacher, and he pokes the teacher in the eyeball with this, like it's a pen, essentially, that is full of his drug. It essentially kills the teacher, right? So now they realize, okay, it's a small group of us students, but which of us are aliens? How do we know one of us is not secretly taken over? So they start snorting the drug one after another. And I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to give it all away. There's some twists and turns here. Which of the students is already an alien? Is there more than one that's already an alien? Goodness gracious. I don't want to spoil it. But they come up with a theory that if they can kill the queen alien, then everybody who's been taken over by aliens will go back to normal. So we'll see if that works out. Again, I don't want to spoil it all. Okay? This movie was actually written in 1990, and the writers couldn't get anybody to buy it. But after the success of Scream, then it was scooped up immediately. But of course, they brought in Kevin Williams, who wrote Scream, to basically punch up the dialogue, and basic plot's the same, but they wanted the dialogue to be hipper. Okay, they actually wanted him to direct it at one point, but Kevin Williamson took a hard pass and decided to direct his own movie, Teaching Mrs. Tingle, if you remember that one. So they brought in Robert Rodriguez, who you obviously know had done From Dusk Till Dawn. He did El Mariachi, Desperado, all those films. He came in and directed it, which is why Salma Hayek is in this as well. She plays the school nurse. Jon Stewart plays the science teacher. Robert Patrick, who you remember from Terminator 2 and a few other things, he plays the coach. Sean Hartnett plays Zeke. Jordana Brewster, who she did this and then has just done the Fast and the Furious movies. She plays Delilah. Elijah Wood plays Casey. It's an all-star cast. So they were hiring these people. At one point, they wanted to basically bring in Sarah Michelle Gellar to be in this movie, and Charisma Carpenter, who's also from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They both took a hard pass, so they had to bring in Jordana Brewster, who's kind of an unknown at this point. As I said, after they brought in Kevin Williamson, they kind of started to force feed a lot of pop culture references. So you'll notice a lot of like kind of random references to older science fiction horror movies. Usher, the famous R&B singer, famous for Yeah, Yeah, you know that one. This is his feature film debut. Originally they wanted Gillian Anderson from The X-Files to play a role in this movie. She took a hard pass, and they replaced her with Bebe Neuwirth, who you remember as Lilith from Cheers and Frasier, thereabouts. Critics were not a huge fan of this movie. They thought it was very derivative. It was a combination of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and The Thing with a little bit of The Terminator and Stepford Wives and a few other things. The movie currently has a 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's fine. It gets the job done. It's eminently forgettable. It's what you'd think. It's that kind of science fiction trope of, they're aliens, but no one knows who is the alien. Are you an alien? Am I an alien? Who knows? But spoiler alert, everything seems to work out at the end. Even Casey hooks up with Delilah, which is totally bizarre. But what are you going to do? So there you have it. Check it out. It is still streaming instantly on Netflix. Send me any favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. Next week we're going in a totally different direction. We're doing the martial arts classic, the movie that, for many people, introduced Jackie Chan to the Western world. This was Rumble in the Bronx from the 90s. You remember this one. So check it out. It is also streaming instantly on Netflix. Don't forget to send in any movie suggestions. Anything you're dying to have me talk about, please just let me know. Okay? Good times. As you know, I end every episode with a totally out of context quote. And here it is. I don't think a person should run unless they're being chased. That's basically my motto as well. I don't like treadmills. So there you have it. Good times had by all, I hope. Go ahead and go to our page on Facebook, Original B Movie Club. Give us the thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to our page on YouTube. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at The B Movie Club. Next week, The Rumble in the Bronx. Be well.